Hi everybody, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name's Melanie Newman and you guys already know Frankie the Cavoodle. So this is her third time being groomed with me. So she is a bit under 6 months old and we are going to bath her, dry her, and then we're using a snap-on attachment comb. So this is a pretty big step for her, so we'll just get started. Good girl. Okay, so I finished rinsing the conditioner off. So now we are going to towel dry her and dry her with the stand dryer and then brush her out and clip her. Good girl. Okie dokie guys, so I've popped her out of the bath, I've brought her over to the grooming table, I've got my towel underneath her, a towel on top of her. I'm going to use our puppy coat conditioning spray through her coat before I put the dryer on, and I'm going to use a happy hoodie. So she's used to a happy hoodie because her mum, when she dries her at home, she uses one as well. And also our puppy slicker with the protective pins as well. So I'm going to brush through her little coat while we're drying her. Okay guys, so she is completely dry, and as you could see when we were drying her, that all her coat separates really well and we can put a metal comb through. So there's no knots in her coat, and this is super important because we are going to use a snap-on comb when we're clipping her. So because it is like a comb, if there's any knots, it will snag on the comb and it will probably hurt her a little bit. So we have to make sure the coat is knot-free, tangle-free, separated really well, nice and clean, which it is, tick, 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 all nice and clean, knot-free. So then we'll be able to use a snap-on comb on her coat. So I'm going to start by clipping out her little pads, and we haven't done this before, or have we? Or we might have just trimmed them with the scissors, so this could be a big step for her. We are going to clip out her little rear end, so I know that we've only scissored that, and her private parts. We are going to do her nails, but I'm still going to scissor out in front of her little eyes. So we'll just jump straight into that. And we are using a 30 blade, so it is nice and short, and I'm making sure I get anything that hangs over her little pad. So when she's at home, on the tiles or floorboards or any slippery surface, that she can get some grip on those little pads. And then we can see a little teddy bear. Her little face, 2 arms and 2 feet. Okay, so I'm popping the length on a number 10 to clip out her little privates and see how she goes. Oh, she's pretty good. Good girl. It's just a small amount. Good girl. gently hold her up. And now her little nails, so I'm just going to take the tips off because she doesn't have a lot to take off. Good girl. This will be the test because we're going to grind them so then they're nice and smooth. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, so I've gone through her coat with a fine tooth comb as well, just to ensure that there's no knots and tangles formed in her coat through the drying process, which there hasn't. Good girl. So on my Andis clippers, I'm going to be using a 30 blade underneath the wide tooth snap-on. So I've got a wide tooth 30 blade and a wide tooth inch. So it's 1 inch that we're popping over her coat. Her mum actually didn't want too much off. She still wanted her to look like a puppy, which I personally love because it gives them that opportunity to be a puppy a little bit longer. She still has a lot of puppy coat in her, and it is it's still like that single coat, so it is really easy to take care of at the moment. So she should start changing coat very soon, so there might be a few more knots and tangles forming. And her mum's like smiling over there, so she's probably noticing that as well. Okay, so these were a bigger clipper than what we used last time, so I might just pop a grooming loop on her because she seems a little bit unsure. What are they, Frankie? Big girl clippers. Okay, so I'm going to start with her back and just taking a small amount off. Good girl. Good girl. She's the type of puppy that likes to see everything and know exactly what you're using on her, which I don't mind, so she likes to have a bit of a look. So it's just taking a little bit off, which still gives her a lot of length. So she still has that puppy cuteness about her. Now we're lucky enough to be able to do this length because she does get bathed once a week and she does get brushed and blow dried at home. Her mum's pretty good with looking after her coat. And we're following the direction of the coat growth. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Pop your leg down. And coming straight off her shoulder into those little front legs and down her rib cage. And following the hair growth on that back leg. So coming straight down and then gently lifting that back leg I'm going down the front of that back foot. Good girl. I'm just going to lift that ear forward because we want to leave these little baby curls on those ears, so we're not going to lose any hair. And move it forward and do behind her little ears. So we'll see how she takes this. Pretty good. Oh, spoke too soon. Good girl. Good girl. So sometimes it's nice if they do pull away that you go from a different approach, so starting at the back and then gently working down towards behind the ear, just so they can condition themselves into the process of hearing the clippers so close to their little ears. Good girl. And while she's in this position, I'll just do the other ear. Need to take these opportunities. Good girl. Okay, so I'm going to go gently down these front legs, so just holding that foot out forward, or that leg out forward. Good girl. And still following the direction of the hair, coming down those little legs. Good girl. Another one. Good girl. And I don't like to push puppies, so once you feel like they've just had enough, then I just give them the opportunity to just relax. Good girl. Oh, back down. Okay, so that's as much clipping as we are going to do. So now I'll scissor her little paws round so they're still nice and cute in that real teddy bear look. And I'm also going to scissor her underline because her mum has requested that, because when she's walking she's getting a lot of debris and little knots and tangles are forming, and she wanted a little bit shorter through here, so when she wears her harness and her collar. So we'll begin scissoring. Good. Okay, so combing up those back legs, and we will start to scissor them. Okay, so we have scissored in her legs and used our blenders on her legs as well. So she's nice and even and her paws are nice and cute. So now we are going to scissor her little face. So her mum didn't want much off, so I'm still going to keep it nice and round but really puppy-like face, so not take too much off. So when we're using our blenders, we're still trying to keep her face nice and round and take off all those sort of squarish edges. So we're still keeping a nice, round, cute little face. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that shape. So now we are going to use our thinners and going with the direction of the coat growth and get her expression a lot softer, so then there's no jumpiness from our blenders. So smoothing off and dusting off that coat, those little edges. And we will leave her little ears au naturel, just because they've still got those little baby curls on there, and I like to keep them for as long as we possibly can. Okay, so we're just going to finish her off with some puppy cologne and just comb that through. Good girl. And this is her little bit of flair that she chose, so we'll pop that on. And she is all done. I think she did pretty well, because that was a pretty big job for a not even 6-month-old puppy. Good girl, darling. Good girl. Okay, so Frankie's groom is all finished for today. She's very eager to hop down because her mum has little treats for her. If you haven't seen Frankie's other grooming video, so we have an introduction to grooming and her first bath, you can definitely go back and watch those, and I'll put those links up above as well. And I'll put all the equipment that I've used in today's grooming session in the links below, so definitely check those out. And if you guys have any questions, please pop them in the comments and I will definitely get back to you. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, and until next time, happy grooming, guys.